Sounds good.
Hi, I'm Anne Ahokangas. Join with me in consciousness as we enter into the stillness, into the love of spirit, into a state of unlimited possibilities, into the power of the One, into the awareness of the One. Close your eyes. Sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor and your spine straight. And just relax your whole body. Keep your eyes closed throughout the whole guided meditation and bring your awareness inward. Without straining or concentrating, just relax and gently allow the words I speak to be the words of your own heart. Allow your thoughts of the day to be set aside for a few moments of connection. Connecting with the divinity within. So join me in the I, for there is only one thing going on here. Take a deep breath in. Hold it for a moment. And let it out with a sigh. Right here and right now, I acknowledge that the God presence within me is my infinite source of good. It is my infinite source of good ideas. God in me gives me the ideas and the talent to make me successful in all that I endeavor. Everything I do prospers. For the Spirit in me acts through me, in me, and as me, bringing about my good ideas into creation. I have unique and wonderful talents. I have unique and wonderful ideas. I am so grateful for this wisdom, for the Spirit within me. Today I choose to release the word "but" from my vocabulary, and instead I am open to new possibilities. I choose the good that I wish to be. I choose the good that I wish to have. I choose the good that I wish to do. And I release all ifs, ands, or buts. I believe in divine ideas. I believe in the Spirit within me. I open my mind to right ideas. I open my mind to healthy ideas. I accept a healthy idea about myself. I accept a happy idea about myself. And this happy idea about myself makes me a happy person. I easily connect with happy people. And life brings about happy conditions. I am so grateful for my happiness. I accept a loving idea about myself. I love myself fully. I love this good in me. I love this God in me. I am a loving person, and I am love. I am this love of God in me as me, right here and right now. I have found the power within me to control all my experiences. Right here and right now, life meets me exactly as I meet life. Today, I meet life with an enthusiastic attitude. I meet life with a joyful attitude. Joy and enthusiasm send out positive vibrations to everyone and everything in my experience. And my joy and enthusiasm are reflected back to me. I program myself every day for health, happiness, love, success, prosperity, and money. I am so grateful for the spirit within me. I open my mind to the presence of spirit within me. That is who I am. Today I unlearn sickness and I learn health. I unlearn sadness and I learn happiness. I unlearn hatred and I learn love. I unlearn failure and I learn success. Spirit within me is generous in all things. I have an abundance of health which overflows and becomes a healing power to everyone and everything that is part of my reality. I have an abundance of happiness which flows out of me and uplifts me and others. I have an abundance of love. My life is a great romance, because whatever good I desire, I attract it to me. I am in love with life. I have an abundance of success and prosperity. I have an abundance of success and prosperity, which moves me to greater and greater experiences of the prosperity of life. Through the presence of spirit within me, I am experiencing an abundance of all good. I am prosperous. I am grateful for the spirit within me. Right here and now, I know exactly what I desire. And as I decide it in my heart and in my mind, I become a magnet for it. And I believe in the good that I desire. For I know that the desire means that it already exists for me. So I see and feel myself being what I want to be, doing what I want to do, and having what I want to have. My positive thinking leads me to positive action, and I get positive results. I am so grateful for the spirit within me. I now feed my mind with the idea of health. I mentally and spiritually feast upon the idea of health. I am nourished by the idea that spirit within me is my health. And this divine idea keeps me healthy. I am nourished by the idea of happiness. I turn to the presence and power of the spirit within me, and I am full of ideas of happiness. My happiness is overflowing as I spread it around. I am nourished by the idea of love. God in me loves me. The love of Spirit operating through me draws all the right people into my experience for every right purpose. I am enjoying the love, friendship, companionship, and romance of life. I am nourished by the idea of success and prosperity. The presence and power of Spirit in me gives me every reason to be successful. I am continually being led and guided into new feasts of success and prosperity. Every time I speak my world into existence. Every time I speak my world into existence. Please join with me in affirming, and so it is.
I'll take this. Thank you.
Somebody's got their mic on.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Hamilton, and welcome to our online worshipers. Every Sunday you faithfully join us, and we are very appreciative of your presence. We begin by dedicating this service to the Hamilton Regional Indian Center, whose vision is creating change that empowers urban Aboriginal people. Their mission is to provide the urban Aboriginal people with the tools to achieve a balanced, holistic lifestyle. And our land acknowledgement, we would like to acknowledge the First Nations whose traditional and unceded territory we are gathered upon today. So let's begin with singing by Emilio, Daniel Neymaud's Sitting on a Gold Mine.
I've had so many doubts along the way. Felt like life was just another bill to pay, without anything to show. But now I've figured out that every day my fortune's always found within my faith. And all I needed is to let it flow, for there's no wall around me, only fear has only really bound me. And all I need is trust, and I am free. I'm sitting on a gold mine. I'm sitting on a gold mine. My treasure has been right here all the time. I'm sitting on a gold mine. Finally, I'm breaking through so many lies. All those people telling me to run and hide from the truth of what I am. And now I'm telling you, the future's bright. Tomorrow shines like diamonds in the sky. And all I needed was to understand that whatever I believe in, well, that's what I'm receiving from the riches that reside inside of me. I'm sitting on a gold mine.
Sitting on a gold mine.
I'm sitting on a gold mine.
Sitting on a gold mine.
My treasure has been right here all the time. I'm sitting on a gold mine. Don't you listen, never listen to the voice that says you better play it safe, that says you don't have any choice, 'cause you're as gifted as an angel, as brilliant as the sun. Just say the word and heaven has begun. I'm sitting on a gold mine. I'm sitting on a gold mine. Our treasure has been right here all the time. We're sitting on a gold mine. 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 Sitting on a gold mine. We're sitting on a gold mine. Yeah. We're sitting on a gold mine. 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 Yeah. We're sitting on a gold mine. We're singing on a good night.
Thank you, Emilio. I have one notice this morning, and that is we are looking for volunteers. We'll soon be ready to paint, so just in case you didn't hear, we are moving. And our new location will need several coats of paint, I believe. So get your brushes out, dust them off, and listen for when we say ready, set, paint. And now to lead us on our spiritual journey, Reverend Anne Aho-Kangas.
Hi there. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy, those of you that have come out today. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood here at Unity. And let's begin with our opening intention, our opening prayer. Would you say this with me? I believe life is good, God is all there is, and love is the only power. I align myself with the power within to create my best life. And that's what we're talking about today, is the power within and how to tap into it. So let's start with my life as a prayer, because in my estimation, all my thoughts are prayers, and so my life is a prayer too.
What if a prayer is not a plea, a desperate call with tears that fall on bended knee, but breathing out and breathing in, it's God and me that lives and breathes, my trusted friend. My life is a prayer to God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. What if today I had the chance to move and sway? God leads the way and my life stands. What if I knew without a doubt, no need to fear, God is right here, within, without. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. my thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My life is a prayer.
Thank you, Emilio. That's so gentle and soothing. The absolute word. Our word for today is prosperity. And the affirmation is, I am prosperous, enjoying my daily blessings. I am comfortable with the person I see in the mirror as I begin my day. I am filled with energy and enthusiasm for my work, my recreation, time with family or friends, or time for learning and reflection. My gratitude grows as I count my blessings, like taking part in activities I enjoy, and investing time with people I care about. As I prepare for sleep, I am grateful for the blessings of a day well lived, awareness of it. More than money or possessions, prosperity is an awareness of well-being and my ability to enjoy simple blessings. I strengthen my prosperity consciousness as I bless and appreciate my home, my friends, my family, and my work. I increase the flow of abundance by sharing my time, talent, and treasure in service to others.
It works when I work it. My good comes pouring through. It works when I work it. This principles of truth. It works when I work it. My more joys multiply. Everyone who asks receives. Every seeker finds. Everyone who asks receives, every seeker finds. I know that I am ready to receive. The many blessings are pouring down on me, loving and releasing that little voice of doubt that says that I'm not good enough and that I must do without. 'Cause I know that it works when I work it. My good comes pouring through. It works when I work it. These principles of truth. It works when I work it. My joy is multiplied. Everyone who asks receives. Every seeker finds. Everyone who asks receives. Every seeker finds. We have to have a dream before a dream comes true. If I trust my heart to lead, then love comes pouring through. Like an old friend of mine, my good will know my face. I'm making room for miracles, saving room for grace. 'Cause I know that it works when I work it. My good comes pouring through. It works seeker finds. Everyone who asks receives. Every seeker finds.
Everyone who asks receives, every seeker finds. Do you believe that to be true? I hear a few yeses. How about you online? Yeah, so today we're going to look at playing with money. And why I say playing, because when we take something really seriously, usually serious means usually fear in some form or another. Not always. And so I'd like to invite you to consider the idea of money in a playful way. And I'd like to say something to start off with, and that is that your prosperity, your abundance, the amount of money that you have has nothing to do with the economy. Nothing. Unless it does. And what do I mean by that? If you believe that the economy affects the amount of money that you have in your prosperity, then yes. Spirit says yes. Because that's how money works. It's an energy, it's an idea, it's a thought. Right now, it's pretty rare to actually even see the physical form of money. It's all digital. So it's even more easy to understand it as being a concept. Ooh, we have a little. Oh, and I don't think can you hear me? Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to give him a minute to adjust. I can't tell how well you can hear me or not, so shall I just keep on speaking? It's okay. So this idea that it doesn't matter what happens outside of you in terms of what you have in the way of abundance, whether it be your health, your money, your relationships, anything in your life has to do first with your consciousness. And what is your consciousness? What you believe, what you think, what you say, and how you respond to what you believe, what you think, and what you say. So if you want to play with money, what might that look like? I mean, maybe there's a picture here of Monopoly. Maybe you've played Monopoly and you've played with the idea of having like tons of money and owning everything and taking everything away from everyone else and that kind of thing, that kind of play. But imagine playing in your mind with money and with the idea of money. So this is from Eric Butterworth, and it goes on for 2 slides, but it's a wonderful quote, so bear with me. Prosperity is not just having a lot of money. It is having a consciousness of this flow of substance, the consciousness of the flow of substance. The true prosperity consciousness is consistently open to the flow, attracts opportunities both to give and receive, wisely directs the use of substance, and remains free from its burden. Remains free from its burden. An important guideline: if you're worried about the money you have or don't have, you're out of the flow. And that's Eric Butterworth in the book, In the Flow of Life. It's a wonderful book. If you've never picked it up, I invite you to do that. He's got a whole lot more in there than just talking about money. He's talking about how to have an abundant life in every way. And so worry, what is that saying? That you don't trust, you don't believe. And so anytime you're worried about anything in your life, you're saying that you don't trust that your good is available to you. And like a water hose, you've kind of crimped it and not allowed the flow to flow. So how can you stop worrying? I've given you this trick, I'll say trick, and that is take a moment and just see something in your mind's eye that you love, a circumstance, an accomplishment, a person, something, and just go to that place of that open, wonderful feeling of love and joy. Because then you uncrimp the hose. And then think about money in that realm, or whatever it is that you've been blocking off. It's really simple. Sometimes not easy to remember though, right? So we're going to look at what is prosperity really, and then the choices that you have, and the importance of appreciation in all of this. So for the flow in the form of money to happen in our life, in your life and in mine, we must love money, not in a fear-based hoarding, clinging, but as we love all of spirit. Because money is an idea, a divine idea in the mind of God and in your mind. And if you don't love it and you think you have to hoard it and you think you have to cling to it and you think you have to be afraid of any transactions having to do with money, then that's really how you feel about spirit too. Because money and spirit really are synonymous. They are just a divine idea. What do you think about that? Whoa, baby. That's a good one, isn't it? So are you ready and willing to release old beliefs and stories that have hampered the flow? So all I'm saying is that, yes, you know what? We're around people who are always telling us to be scared of this, worried about that, the economy's bad, there's a war over there, don't spend that money on that, you should get a better deal, there's all this kind of stuff going on, and it's all fear-based. And to say, thank you for sharing, and then know the truth for yourself. That's really the best way to start. So money is as spiritual as everything else. And there's been a real negative connotation to the idea of money, especially associated with spirituality in church. And the thing is that money is just a divine idea, like everything else. It's a divine idea first, and then it's in action. And so to remember that money is spiritual. Like everything else, it is an effect that shows up as the cause of our consciousness directs it. Now hear that again. Like everything else, it is an effect that shows up as the cause of our consciousness directs it. So our consciousness directs our experience of money, our experience of health, our experience of comfort, of joy, of peace, of all of those things. Now, maybe you didn't think of money as being synonymous with your health or relationships or love or joy or any of that, but it actually is. And when you can come to a place where you feel joyful and appreciative of this concept of money, then you have really broken through a barrier that you've had. And it's amazing what starts to happen. So how many of you believe that you have as much money as what it says in the bank and that that's the limit? Or the job that you have, that that's the limit of the money? I remember years ago, we were asked to do an experiment with, it was like unexpected income, and we played this game for a month where we all just decided that everything that we were open to was great, but we were going to be open to unexpected income. And that whether it be seeing a dime on the street or somebody buying us a coffee or something, that we would document it and we would give 10% to the spiritual center that was doing the game. And it was amazing when we were playing, because there was this openness to this idea of money. And there was this openness to it coming from unexpected sources. I remember right at that time, we were doing my income taxes, and it was one of the first years that I was in ministry, and I had no idea what was going to happen in terms of income tax, and I actually got back more than I had paid out in income tax because of the new designation that I had. And I remember thinking this was all as a consequence of, sure, those things were already in place, but also I opened up to it. And I ended up getting something like $3,000 more back from CRA than I had paid into it, which is, is mind-boggling. But the thing is that money is an idea. And so ideas don't have limits. And so money doesn't have limits either unless you put them on that. Okay, so here's an affirmation. I'd love for you to say it with me, if this feels like it resonates with you. I always have an abundance of money and whatever it takes to make life happy and magnificent. All I need to express the fullness of life filled with happiness, are attracted to me now. Wouldn't it be wonderful to sit in that place every moment of every day? To just be a magnet for your good, for your happiness, for abundance in every way. It's possible. It might take a little practice. You might be kind of a crispy onion with lots of layers hiding your good, and you may have to peel those crispy layers off, but it's possible. Money is a tool, it's not a goal. It's an agreement we make when we exchange goods and services, isn't it? You have the privilege of using the divine idea money as a tool to express the nature of the divine. So I'm just inviting you to change your way of thinking about money, even if it's just a little bit today, and ask for signs of encouragement as you open up, because you're going to start to see them and feel them. So this is from Eric Butterworth also, In the Flow of Life. When you get into the consciousness of the flow of the creative process within you, there will be a constant inner direction of your life, leading to a deep sense of meaning, and incidentally, as it flows forth, leading to cars, houses, and money that are part of this meaning, but with none of them becoming the goal of life, and all of them a joyous experience in its free flow. So what that's saying is that in the beginning, when we're new in this idea of spirituality and this idea of money being a divine idea, that we want to have things and stuff. We're told we can manifest, so we want to have great cars and houses and wonderful shoes and jewelry and go out for dinner, and it's all those material things in the beginning. At least it was for me. And then what I found was that what I was really looking for was to feel the way I felt when I had all those things. Happy, comfortable, supported, luscious, whatever words may come up depending on what I'm thinking about. Satisfied if it was a meal I went out to, or comfortable if it was sitting in my own home. And the thing is that it became less and less important, the idea of money, but how I felt. And as I started to feel prosperous, then the prosperity showed up in ways that weren't always money. They were in gifts and in experiences that I had. The thing is that the money came too, as a side effect. So I invite you to think about that, because you have choices. Jesus Christ said, "But seek ye first the kingdom, and all these things shall be added unto you." And what does that mean? I mean, that just was so obscure for me. Seek the kingdom. What does that mean? Well, what are attributes of God? Just call out a few attributes of God. Love, beauty, intelligence, joy, provision. That's how you seek the kingdom, by being joy, being supported, by being peace, by being love. That's how you seek the kingdom. And when you seek being that and then are that, then you get even more of that to experience. So it's really not that difficult a concept. But has it ever been described to you that way before? Maybe not. He's not talking about a place in space, but a depth of consciousness. The kingdom of God is the universal flow within you. It is the one great reality behind every appearance. It is what caused everything to be here. We were the hands and feet that created the carpet, that created the chairs, that created the car that you came in, that created all those things. But it originally started in the realm that you can't see. You will never get any further in life than the ideas in your mind. you will never get any further in life than the ideas in your mind. So if you're feeling stuck, it's somewhere in your mind, in your ideas. It is important to feed your mind only the right ideas. And what are the right ideas? They're going to be different for you than they are for me. They may be the same, but the right ideas are ones that bring me into the kingdom of God, if you want to use that, to feeling supported, to feeling loved, to feeling peaceful, to being all of those things in life. So if I'm thinking things that aren't bringing me peace or having me experience abundance, then I need to change how I'm thinking. Everything in life comes from the ideas in your mind. And they come from the ideas in mind, which is the big M, first, through you. And then you need to take action. In other words, the experiences in your life come from the inner world of your thoughts. So what are you thinking and saying about money? I'm pretty happy. You know, there's a lot of people really worried about finances today. Have been all my life that I've experienced. People, you know, have different degrees of comfort with it. But right now, with a war going on in the other part of the world that's affecting the economy and oil and everything else, the markets are down. And if you have investments in markets and you believe that your source is the market, then you're going to feel as though life is bad and that money is hard to get and it's really difficult. And if you believe that, what do you get? You get that. But there are people throughout history who, no matter how bad the world was, were prosperous and were living a great life. And you can too. And it starts here. Why feed anything to your mind that you don't want in your experience? Starts out as just something you didn't realize you were doing. I know I didn't realize that a lot of my experiences came from thoughts that I was having that I didn't realize I was having. So why not choose a daily mental diet of empowering ideas, and what might they be? So call out a couple of empowering ideas for me. What might be an empowering thing to say to yourself? I have enough.
I am enough.
I am enough. Yeah. And that feels so good, doesn't it? You know the saying, you are what you eat? Well, you are what you think. What you feed your mind in the way of ideas is what you become. So are your thoughts and ideas nourishing? And if they're not, you have a guidance system within you to say, how might I transform these thoughts and ideas to something more nourishing if you're not sure what to do? Begin your day with saying, I'm open to having more nourishing thoughts today, and see what happens. You might be surrounded by all kinds of people who tell you nice things and are just really happy, and all of a sudden your morning that started out being kind of gray now all of a sudden feels better because you set that intention. Or maybe you are the one shining your smile out to the world and lifting everyone else up. Either way, it works. So Spirit's not going to work with you unless you work with it. You have to define exactly what you want and then declare it as if you already have it. Now, Charles Fillmore, one of the co-founders of Unity, really spoke to this, and that was that you have to pray from, speak from, act from, declare from the belief that you already have it. Because when you do, you attract it to you and more. Once you make a choice and believe in it, you will have an instant, constant supply of all you need to fulfill your choice. Any of you like doing a certain activity, like let's say it's a craft or you have sort of a passion for something? Is your house kind of filled with those things? Like I love fabric. Half my house is filled with fabric. Some of it stretched on canvases on the wall, some of it clothing that I'm wearing, some of it fabric that hasn't been made into anything yet. And because I have a passion for it, somewhere, somehow, it's shown up in my life. Now, sure, I had to go and buy it and bring it in. But the thing is that whether I had money or not, it showed up. People brought it to me even when I didn't have money. So you start to attract the things that you're passionate about. Define what you want to be, what you want to do, and what you want to have. And the infinite source, which is everywhere and within you, will provide. The infinite works with you, through you, and the infinite will work through you to bring you whatever you define and declare. So what would you like to define and declare today? Now you can be really specific, and you can say, I want to win the lottery, and you might win a free ticket or $5. But why not be broader than that and define and declare the kind of life you're living? You just feel so good in your home, and your car feels so comfortable if you drive a car, or the chair that you love sitting on is just the most comfortable chair, wonderful chair. The friends that you have are just, you can hardly wait to see them. The clothes that you have, it's like, oh, which one am I going to get to wear today? Because I just love all my stuff. If you can live from a place of that kind of exuberance and enthusiasm and absolute joy and wonder, what do you think you're going to get? Just that. And, you know, some people say you should fake it till you make it. Sometimes that can be difficult, but you all have, I know you do, things that bring you joy that you have in your life, even if you feel like other things are missing. So start there. The presence and power of Spirit is waiting for you to define exactly what you want in life. And it's not to say, you know, I want to win the lottery, though you can say that. But what does that represent for you? So let's just unpack that for a moment. If I said I wanted to win the lottery, and there were times in my life where I did, what I wanted was financial freedom. I wanted to be able to buy whatever I wanted to buy, when I wanted to buy it. I wanted to go where I wanted to go, whenever I wanted to go. I wanted to have a life that felt good. And what I discovered in this spiritual work is that when I started to feel good, it didn't matter whether I won the lottery or not. And then the money started to come. And the prosperity started to come. And the friendships and the love and the joy and the peace and all those things started to come. And it started with me and a decision. So your car will not take you anywhere you want to go unless you get in there and start the ignition and start the engine. And it's the same with the elevator of your life. It's not going to take you to the floor you want to go unless you push the right button. And the right button is declare it to be so as if it already is, and act and behave and think as though it already is. And you have pushed the button on the elevator of your life to the floor you want to go. Does that make sense? If you do not consciously think positives for yourself, you're going to get negatives, because group consciousness is generally negative and fearful. And in the beginning, do you remember when you first started to think more positively, how hard it was? Like you noticed everybody and how negative they were. Because the more you were attempting to be in the flow of positive, you saw the opposite of it, didn't you? I remember I did. And I wanted to correct them all. Or in the beauty business, which I did for about 40 years, they'd come in and say, so how are you today? Oh, it's just so lousy and blah, blah, blah. The weather is so bad. And I go, do you ever look nice in that color orange? It's beautiful. And right away, there was a shift. Doing nothing puts you at the whim of race consciousness. See, you can't just do nothing, because then you're going to be in the flow of what most people are doing. And is that really what you want? You can. It's okay. I'll love you anyway. You have to do something positive. You have to define exactly what it is that you want before the answer will unfold. Because the default is what everybody else is doing. So you must know the infinite in me is my endless source of all good. When you think people and things are your source, then people and things can cut you off. And when you know the infinite in you and only the infinite in you is your source of all good, no one can take that away from you. And I'm at the point now where if something is going away, it's because there's something so much better showing up. Maybe it hasn't shown up yet. But I'm of that mindset, and I invite you to consider that as you do this work, you're going to be that way too. Rather than wailing and gnashing of teeth, as they say in the Bible, when something isn't the way that you wanted it to be, know that your desire has somehow burst forth and released that no longer serves you, and there's something new coming. The infinite in you may use many different people and things to deliver your good, but no person or thing is your source. Your bank isn't your source, the economy isn't your source, your friend isn't your source, money isn't your source. What is your source? The wisdom within you, Spirit. Spirit is your source. Love and bless the people, the ways and means that Source uses to deliver your good to you, and never forget where your source is. Because often, Source provides it to me through other people. Absolutely. And I say thank you. Thank you to you, and thank you to Source. Is your mind at peace with money? Money comes to you through your mind. Everything comes to you through your mind. So money is to be used, it's to be enjoyed, it's to serve you. Your job in relation to money is to be the master of the money. Say to yourself, I am the master of money. I'm the master of my life. I'm aware of my own self-mastery. I create my reality. Want to say that? I am the master of money. I'm the master of my life. And I am aware of my own self-mastery. I create my reality. So as I look at my money situation, what does it say about what I believe about it? I love my money. And I know that there's always more than enough for everything I want to do, and there always is. So appreciation. If you could only love enough, you would be the most powerful person in the world, Emmett Fox. And it's not speaking just about money and abundance. It's about loving everything. Because that's where the power is in that love. And the more that you love, the more you have reasons to love. Loving your body, you have more reasons to love your body. Loving your friends, you have more reasons to love your friends. Loving the idea of money, you have more money to love. So discovering the magic of expressing appreciation, and I remember Reverend Dagmar was one of my cohorts and also a mentor to me. And she used to have a friend come over once a week, and I happened to be at her house this one weekend, and this friend came over and they did a prosperity kind of a visioning. And at the end, the two of them would chant, I am prosperous, I am prosperous, I am prosperous, I am prosperous. And then they'd be just laughing their heads off and just really in the flow of this idea of expressing appreciation for it, because that's what they were doing. So you prepare your mind for whatever you want by loving the good that you desire. So think about this. If you really want to have a good experience with money, you have to learn how to love money positively and correctly instead of grumbling about the prices. Say, I give thanks for the money to buy whatever I need. If you learn how to enjoy money, you establish a love affair with money, and then money will love you back. That's Reverend Ike. So when someone does something nice or helpful for you, or you receive something of value from another person, how do you respond? Oh, thank you, right? I mean, At least you ought to. Not everybody is that polite, but. So if you go into a store or a place of business and pay for something, aren't you also receiving something of value? Like, when's the last time you said to the cashier, thank you so much as you're going out with your bags of goods, because they helped you to make that transaction? I mean, think about how different their lives would be if everybody said, thank you, this is great. Even if money disappeared, stores and services and utilities would still exist, right? We would just find another way to exchange for those goods and services, wouldn't we? Yeah. And that used to be the way that it was at one time. You did something, they did something, and it just went back and forth. And they said thank you, you said thank you. But somehow this thing called money has kind of created a separation, and we've forgotten to be appreciative about all of it. I remember a friend of mine who's now earning like $400,000 a year and is grumbling at the taxes that they have to pay. And I'm thinking, my goodness. I mean, I would be writing that because of my way of thinking and my consciousness. Thank you, God, that I have to pay this much taxes, because that means I'm getting this much money. And they look at me, and they still do, this friend. You're crazy. You're an idiot. And the thing is that I believe that this individual could be getting $800,000 a year if they were grateful, or even more, because I think that's how it works. So I invite you to think about saying thank you every time that you spend money. Say thank you, whether it be out loud or in your mind. If it's a bill, to say, oh, like I've got heat and electricity and running water. Thank you. Discover the magic of expressing appreciation. Every bill you pay is for something valuable that you receive. You may not like to pay your mortgage, but having a place to live is valuable, right? So whenever you pay for anything, all you're really doing is saying, thank you, I appreciate what I've received. So why not add some energy to it? Thank you. Let's just rock those cashiers' worlds this week. I'll go, here comes that crazy lady again who's thanking me for giving money. This is an Irish proverb. Money swore an oath that nobody that did not love her should ever have her. And isn't that true? Whenever you create an experience of receiving a good, a service, or an experience in your life, appreciate these three aspects. How amazing you are for creating your life. The benefits from all that you receive. And that the creative process that you get to play with is right where you are. So we looked at what is prosperity. It's good in every way. We looked at choices, that you choose how you experience life through your thinking. And how about being appreciative every time you spend and every time you have to pay a bill? Just try that. I'd love to hear what happens. So please say this affirmation with me if that's comfortable. I choose to appreciate money. I control the money in my life. Money does not control me. Money serves me. Money loves to serve me. Money loves for me to enjoy it and to use it for every good thing in my life. And so it is. And Emilio's going to sing Prosperity by Dedry Francois, which is just perfect.
Make over my heart, make over my soul, lift my spirits, let me soar above the clouds forevermore. Show me how to really love, show me shower them abundantly, and I will share your love, share the joy you've given me, so all will see your light in me, in oh true prosperity, and I will share your love, share the joy you've given me, so all will see your light in me, in oh true prosperity. Use me always, every day. Make me whole in every way. I am here to show the world how you are my life expressed. Show me how to really love. Show me how to feel your peace. Pour your blessings down on me. Shower them abundantly. And I will share your love, share the joy you've given me, so all will see your light in me, in oh true prosperity. And I will share your love, share the joy you've given me, so all will see your light in me, in oh true prosperity. As I live and grow within you, every smile I give, every word I speak is all a reflection of you. And I will share your love, share the joy you've given me, so all will see your light in me, in oh true prosperity. Yes, I will share your love, share the joy you've given me, so all will see your light in me, so all will see your light in me, and know true prosperity. Prosperity.
Thank you, Emilio. Let's give him a round of applause. Wonderful. So, what's your takeaway today? I've got a lot, but I will only choose 3. And the first one is embracing the affirmation, I am open to having more nourishing thoughts about money. I like the word nourishing. And that the metaphor of pushing the button on the elevator of life. And as I do that, I am declaring that what I am desiring is already so, and acting as if I already have it. And my third takeaway is appreciate every time I spend. Working on that. I noticed in a certain supermarket, the one we were at yesterday, when they give you the bill, they always do it kind of reverently with both hands. So I guess that's my cue to go, thank you. Yeah, that would be very interesting. So
Let us know how that works.
So let us turn our attention to conscious giving, and we have the wonderful Karen Drucker with us.
So for your offering song this morning, I wrote a little song that maybe it will help to keep those words with you all week. It goes like this. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have and all that I give and all that I receive. Can you sing that with me? Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have and all that I give and all that I receive. Let's sing one more time. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have and all that I give and all that I receive. And I am blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. Yeah, I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. And one more time. I'm so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
When upon life's billows you are tempest tossed, when you feel discouraged, thinking all is lost, count your many blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Yes, count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. When your life seems empty, oh not yet, now. When your life seems empty, it is so untrue. There's a mighty presence there inside of you. Miracles take place wherever you may be, proving that God's love is with you constantly. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. Oh yeah, it's not over, there's more. So amid the conflict, whether great or small, do not be discouraged, God is over all. Count your many blessings, every doubt will fly, and you will be singing as the day goes by. Oh, count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. God has done. Just count your blessings one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. Just count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. There shall be showers of blessings.
Thank you, Emilio. Wonderful. And if you would like us to pray with you, you may send us an email at prayer@unityspiritualcenter.com, and we will hold a holy watch for you. And now for a prayer for protection.
Join with me in reading this if that's comfortable. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And so it is. And let's end with Let Your Love Flow. This is a great song.
There's a reason for the sunshine sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season where that love light shines all around us. So let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then you'll steal it through the moonlit nights with your lover. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean. It's the season, and let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine, and you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. There's a reason for the warm, sweet nights, and there's a reason for the candle lights. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder take you into space and lay you under its loving embrace. Just feel the thunder as it warms your face. You can't hold back. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean. It's the season, and let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine, and you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean. It's the season, and let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine, and you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow.
Oh, so thank you. Thank you. I love you. Let's have a really great week. And let's say thank you every time we exchange money. And if you're writing out a check for a bill or you're paying it online, burst it out. Thank you. And let's just see what happens. Let's play with money this week. Bye for now. See you next week.
Thank you.